Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. Today I'm going to speak about the Trinity Frames and I'm going to speak about my Trinity Frame options. I do have a few boots that I can use with Trinity skates, and I have one that I can't really talk about a lot yet, but I have it here. So, what I'm going to do is, right behind the camera, I got my assistant. Mo, you there?
Yeah!
So what we're going to do is, Mo is going to send me a pair of frames. I'm going to try to catch it without having the frame in my face, and then I'm going to speak about it. So let's see how this goes. Frame number one. This is the katana frame, the powerslide katana frame. It fits 90 millimeters, and well, these ones are unused, and these ones are unused because these ones come on the powerslide Hardcore Evo 2018, the Evo Trinity Pro, I think that's the name of it. And I said before, it's my favorite boot. But when I got these ones, I asked for a different frame. Basically, I wanted to try 100 millimeters. The good thing about this frame, instead of the 100 millimeters that I got, is these ones are rockable. I haven't tried them yet, but this is a frame that you use for slaloms. The back wheel and the middle wheel are rockable, so I can bring the back wheel and the middle wheel lower, making the skate a lot more maneuverable. And this is basically a slalom frame. So I haven't tried it yet. I know that some of the slalom guys are using it with 84s and some people even with 80 millimeters. Main advantage? Well, it's a 90, but on your feet it's going to feel like I would say like an 80, maybe even close. Like the amount of wheel that comes above the frame here, it's probably over 1 centimeter. So it's going to feel at least like an 80, probably like even like a 76. I don't really like it that much because I'm scared of my boot touching, so I'll test it. Frame number two. Survived. Frame number two. This was the frame that I asked for when I got my Hardcore Evos. And this frame, let me tell you, this frame is shorter than these. This is a 235 millimeters. Let me confirm. Yeah, this is a 235 millimeters. This one, it's 231. At first I thought I could put the 100 millimeters on this other frame, but I couldn't. So I asked for a 100 millimeter frame. It does, when you look at it, it doesn't look like it's shorter because the wheels are bigger. But when you skate, they feel super maneuverable. I got this frame after speaking with Sam Crofts, and Sam told me that he's been enjoying a lot to skate with a short wheelbase and with 100 millimeters because the acceleration, it's a lot better on these than on a bigger frame. I've been used to skating 125s and 110s a lot more than these, but I wanted to try it, so I did. I do like it a lot. I wouldn't use it for everything. If I would go downhill, or if I would want to skate a lot faster or for a longer distance, I wouldn't use this one. But this is a really good option. 3x100 is a really good option for urban skating. The wheels that I got here are the mushroom blading wheels from Undercover. So this is a really, really cool option for urban skating. I like this a lot. Okay, so this one is cool. This one is... I got this frame first about 1 year ago. It was still a prototype. It says here Elite, the Trinity Elite. I know that this is the frame that comes on the Swell Road. This is basically a speed skating frame. It's Trinity, again, like all the other frames, and it's 12.5 inches length. It's a frame that if you're gonna go for distance, that's the frame. That's the frame that I used last year on the Berlin Marathon. And if you're going to be using these, there's something that you really need, and that is a good quality wheel. So basically, if you have something like this, which is like a speed skating frame with a good 125 millimeter wheel, like this is a speed skating wheel. This is nothing for impact. But again, this is not really a frame that you're going to be using for urban skating. You can, of course, you can always use it. There's no barriers, there's no rules against it. but it's obviously not going to be as strong as a shorter frame, and obviously the same with the wheel. So this is the frame that I use on my skates if I want to go for a marathon. And if I want to keep my favorite boot, again, which I already said, it's the Hardcore Evo. So, third option. What else do we got here? Ooh, let's see that one. I survived. Okay, so this is the second frame that I have of this. I haven't really tested this one because this one actually comes in a skate that I can't talk yet. But let me first see the other skate. Can we see the other skate that I already have this frame and that I tested? Because the frame is the exact same, just with different graphics. So I'll put this down and I'm gonna show you if I survive to this. Okay, so basically the frame is the same, it has a different look. This is the powerslide Kaze off-road skate. Some people call it the Tundra. I think it's because of the color of the brown, but the name of this skate is the Kaze 150 off-road skate. I've skated it quite a lot, and now I'm excited to have this frame. I like the Kaze boot a lot, but I still think that the Kaze boot was a little bit too soft for such a tall frame. So now having this frame option to go on a carbon boot or on the new skate coming out, which we'll get there later. The new skate coming out is actually like harder, so now I'm actually really excited to give this frame a better use. So I wasn't really using it that much. I never felt that it was supportive enough for me, for the type of skating that I wanted to do. If I just want to cruise on dirt, it's amazing. If I want to do a little bit of tricking, then I wouldn't feel the boot was supported enough for me. So yes, this is the 150 and it's my off-road. Oops, it's not really going that good, but it's still raw. Let's see what else we got here. This is probably my favorite frame because this was my first Trinity skate, the Kaze 2. I actually feel a huge difference from 125 to 150, especially with this boot. And this was my first frame. It's different than this, or different than this. Why? Because this one is CNC'd. It's a much stronger frame. This one is just, I think it used to be called the Trinity XXX or XX Pro, something like that. I do know that this is a CNC'd frame. It's a much stiffer frame. There's no rockering options on this frame. It's a 255 millimeter. Just like the first Mega Cruiser is 255, and then the one that comes on the Powerslide Imperial Pro was a 260. So I guess this is one of the shortest frames for 125 millimeter wheels, and I do love this frame. It's just like I do love 125 millimeter wheels, and I love this length. I don't really feel like I need a shorter frame. Yes, I did try the 300 millimeters, the 231, but I would say for me, this is probably my favorite frame when it comes to Trinity. 125, 255 millimeters. So let's see what else. Okay, so something that you should know. This frame is a 4x110, and this is a frame that you should use for speed skating. Basically, speed skaters cannot use 125 if they skate on the track. Also, when they race on road, not like on open road, but like on a closed road, like a circuit, they cannot use 125. The 125, it's mainly for marathons, and it's like for all of us that want to go out and do some distance. I think that is going to change, but until there, the best option that you have, it's a 4-110 frame. 4-110 frame, obviously, if you have a Trinity skate, you also want a 4-110 Trinity option, and that's what this is. It's a way longer frame than all the other urban frames that I have. I would compare it more with something like this. This is a 13.2, which means that this one, the 4x110s, is longer than the 3-125. It's also CNC'd, which means that it's a stiffer frame, and I've been trying to play around with it. I did this African rockering. If you haven't seen the video of me playing with this, just go on the video that will pop up right now, like the little card. But the reason why I did this is because this frame is actually super stable. With such a long distance from the front wheel to the back wheel, if you don't do anything like that, you won't be able to play around the same way as I wanted. That's why I did this. But this is a really good option if you want to do downhill skating with a Trinity boot. This is, I would say that this is your best option if you want to do downhill with the Trinity boot, even with this boot. So again, my favorite boot, Hardcore Evo Trinity Pro. That's it. What else do we have, Mo? Okay, what's coming next? Next is coming next. So I can't really show the boot yet. By next week I should be able, maybe not by next week, soon, really soon I'll be able to do a review of this skate. Until there I can't, but I can tell you what frames I've been skating on my next. And the frames that I'm skating on this is a, let me check the distance. I don't want to say anything wrong. Yeah, this is a 255, but it's not, this one is CNC'd, this one is casted. So this is a different frame from that one. It's not supposed to be as strong, but I guess it's lighter. I don't really feel a huge difference from this frame to that one. But if you look here, I'm skating this frame with 110mm wheels. And why is that? I told you before that I do like that wheelbase, the 255. So I can go a little bit lower when I use 110mm wheels, but I don't feel the need to go shorter on the wheelbase. So I rather skate this way, like 3 110s in a frame which is for 125, than going for a full 110 frame. If I want a short distance, then I would go for one option like this, which is a really short frame. But obviously that's me, and I totally understand when someone wants to go for a fully 110 setup. Obviously, again, I said this before, it has to do with your foot size, it has to do with the way you skate, it has to do with what you want to do with your skates. So for me, I find out that this is the best, better than going 110 frame, which is around 243mm. I'd rather go 255, a little bit longer, a little bit more stable, but still 3 wheels, which make it super maneuverable for me to do the type of tricks that I want. And that's it. If you guys want to see what's coming next, and if you want to know more about all these skates or any other skate that I have around, or if you have any doubt, well, leave me a comment, drop me a comment. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I usually upload as often as I can. So drop me a comment saying what you want to see on the next video, and if you're subscribing and if you press on that bell, you will get a notification every time I upload one of these videos, so you know what's coming next. And now, more important than anything else, just don't forget what I always say, and that is, don't forget why we all started skating. No matter if you have these or not, the most important thing is to never forget that we all started because it's fun. Cheers, guys, and see you soon. Should I rip it? Like Hulk Hogan taking the shirt off. Use code Lino and get 10% discount on all the products that you want related to skating. You can go on bladeville.com or edenskate.com. Cheers!